Okay, let's get going. Hi guys, welcome to Monday's Traders Roundtable. Quick review of what I'm up to. I traded this US dollar yen last week for a move. I'm back in it earlier today. I just think this US dollar yen's got a chance to bust up. You can see this fib level here, 101.80. Is holding nicely. Let me push the fibs around. It is sitting on a fib level, depending on where you sit the fibs. There's nothing wrong with just switching the fibs around until you find the right level. Oh yeah, this is where I bought it last week, isn't it? Yeah, sitting on this fib level on Friday, was it Thursday, when I took that into 102. And now I bought this 101.85 and just hoping that we can push higher into the close. If you look at the 2 hour, you can see we have sat on 50% at the lows, and we've got the trend line coming across the highs. So if we can start to close above 102, preferably overnight or into tomorrow, then we may be able to get 102.50 plus. If we scale up to the daily, you can see this massive support level here, going right back through to November last year. Lots of dips underneath it, down to just above 100, around at the 175 area. And so I think this is a potential swing and sing trade. What do I mean by that? I'll go into that in a minute. But yeah, if I get a close above 102 tomorrow, I'll buy another dip and then start to manage the stock in each trade, so that if it can grow and it can climb, then I will continue to take dips and manage the trades. So I'm swing trading in a low leveraged setup, capturing profit, or at least capturing the spread in each trade as I move on. But if it just sits down here overnight and drops below 101.75, then it's just not going to work, obviously. But hammer last Thursday, close above on Friday, and so far we're just testing those lower levels at the moment. So potential swing and sing candidate, which I'll update you with as the day or days tick by, depending on whether I'm still in it this time tomorrow. Okay, so it is a slow burn, this one. I mean, if you look, historically, even when it so-called runs, it takes a long time to get going, and once we broke up here in November 10 at 99.25, that took until December 30 to give a decent real run. But if you took it off, this RSI on the daily started getting high in the early part of December, so you could have taken it off there and bought that support back. So 103.20-ish was the high, and 101.75 was the pullback area. And there was a lot of resistance up there at 103.30, 103.20. So a legitimate place to get out, and if you're a day trader, a legitimate place to try and build another position back here. And it's not just about hindsight. This is about basic support and resistance. Nothing more complicated than support and resistance trading. That, I mean, you could have at least ramped up your stop and got stopped out somewhere up there, or just taken it off. You had a few options there. Exits are not easy, I admit. It's sometimes you just have to take it off, and if it runs, just leave it. Just forget about it. Okay, so that is US dollar yen. Now let's look at. Let's get rid of some of these charts. And stretch this one out. So let's just quickly look across the Forex, and then we will try and we'll dig down into the other markets. So pound, massive support down here. Let's take these pivots off as well. For decent support, what do I think is going to happen on that pound? We are extended. We have a little divergent RSI up there as well. So that is definitely struggling. Weekly. To be honest, I'm not actually looking to get in this pound US at the moment. It has got a, obviously 170 is a big number. 170.50 was the high back here in August 09. Okay, sorry, I thought I was going to sneeze. We're struggling. We've got Mr. Bernanke speaking tomorrow, so he might stir things up. Certainly, I quite like the pound yen at the lows. And we are potentially, we're just consolidating up here. So we look at the 60-minute. And put the fibs on that. Let's put the fibs on the 2-hour again. In fact, I've got the fibs on the 2-hour. So retest of this hammer here on the 19th in the morning. There's a retest of that support at 320, and we are 20 points up with a nice close above the 50 MA, close above this fib level. So that, I'm wishing I'm in this, and I'm not in it. So RSI was low. All the dips in the RSI are low. If you look at all the RSI levels on this, divergent RSI, and a low. So we've not had that many low RSIs on this. It's been trending so well. Let's have a look. That's a pretty nice trend line, a pretty nice channel. So dips in that one have been good. So I mean, tomorrow, if it gets a bit of a run in the Asian session into 350, I mean, tomorrow we pull back to the sort of 330, 340 area. Watch out, because that looks good. And Euro's had a bit of a surprising move up here. Again, look at the fibs. 825, 830 was a fib area. We are in a lot of resistance, so we start getting up here and putting reversal bars in tomorrow. I would look to short that. But in the meantime, this has had a nice couple of little runs up here. So this was a key level of support over here. This was a key level of resistance up there from the low of June 5. So at the moment, yeah, I'm moving quite nicely. Pivots. What have we got? The low was close to S3 and we're currently just bobbing under S1. So watch out for this. How would I trade this? What would I do with this? Tell me anything. I'd be interested in the 850 mark. If we start closing up here, and then come back to 850 and hold, then I would consider getting back in on this. Daily. Feel free to, if you've got any other observations, feel free to drop them in. Sitting on this 2 hour 200. Could just roll over. And what's the case for the bears? The case for the bears is if we come into 140. 140 is a decent move away, isn't it? To start closing underneath 850 and that's in trouble. But hold this area here, dip to 850 tomorrow, that's a buy. Look at data. Tomorrow we've got inflation report hearings, okay, for the UK, mortgage approvals. It's a pretty quiet week. US house price inflation, new homes and consumer confidence. That should be good for oil as well. We get some good figures tomorrow afternoon. That should bolster oil before the inventories on Wednesday. Core durable goods on Wednesday, weekly jobs Thursday, not looking that great at the moment. And Friday is pretty quiet. So the yen pairs are looking good. Euro yen, US dollar yen and pound yen are all looking good. As opposed to the dollar pairs, Euro US is struggling under that resistance. Pound US we've looked at. Aussie US, I was looking to get in this on Friday and get in the move and hold it over the weekend, and it just didn't work out. It was flailing around on Friday and put me off, and of course they've opened it and run it up overnight. It may be a case, if I do want to get in on this, actually the risk reward ratio is now poor because it's just trapped in this range. I'm going to stick to the yen pairs and leave that one alone, but it does look to me as if, it's so much resistance up there. I'll have to leave it. I'll stick with the yen pairs. Right, oil. This is the continuous contract. So we've hit that top fib level and come down, but we are retesting last Thursday's hammer. So I'm looking for, well, I was hoping for a good close into the pit close, and so far we've not got it. So I will do a swing and sing again. So that means I will hang on to this position. If into tomorrow's data we start closing higher and breaking out, I will buy pullback. So come into tomorrow and I'm up here at 660, 670 plus. I'll then buy a pullback in the contract to that area there to see if we can climb up to 110. If I get stopped out of this and then we start holding 105, obviously I will rethink it and potentially get in again. But so I'm just hoping for a close above at least 620, if not a close above that 650, 660 from Friday. Dow, and we'll look at stocks. At the moment, with an hour and 40 to go, this is not looking great. Start to falter there. We'll get left hanging like that tomorrow. This could drag this down for a test of 700. If we just shuffle sideways and start closing above 950, then we stand a chance for at least retest 17,000. So basically, it's not in a great position. What's your view on this, guys? What do you see in this chart? While you're forming your opinions, I'll look at the Nasdaq. And so Nasdaq has got a nice neat fib level up there at 38.30. S&Ps just sitting on the 161 extension. So breakdown of that could put that one in trouble. And we're holding up. I mean, if this 1956 is going to act as decent support, then we could shuffle sideways and then break up to 1990, 2000. So don't write this off. Let's just see how. Let's give it a little bit more time and see how that wants to handle it. Nikkei, which has been a leading indicator, is not great. So that's hit a fib level, and I'm going to close under there. New high, close under. This could be a potential sell signal. Divergent RSI, close under that fib level. This could signal that it's had enough for now. Daily 8 is just under here, underneath. So keep an eye on that. That could drag the rest. That could put a drag on the rest of the market. The FTSE was actually quite good into the open. Look at the FTSE this morning. Where are we? So in the first 5-minute bar was a drop down here at 68.20. I pulled back to this resistance area. I've just been looking at trading the FTSE in the mornings. I've been monitoring and backtesting this one. And so a nice drop, and then major support down there at 67.85. Potential bear flag, because if that fails, this could just rotate back down to this morning's downtrend. Start closing above there, and I could push higher. Oil. Did we look at oil? VIX under 12. Okay, so very low volatility levels at the moment. So I'm going a bit mad. Do we look at oil? I can't remember. This is what I'm seeing in oil anyway. Trend line coming out across the highs. Support. Well, I have got obviously the 600 is major support anyway. I've dropped the support down to a level from the 20th, which is Friday morning. Yeah, Friday morning. And that's held. So it starts to close off 6:30, 6:50. We did look at oil, didn't we? Not on a smaller time frame. That was it. Right. Let's switch across to stocks. I was looking before we leave the forex. I have got an alarm set for a pullback on this CAD yen, but it's not pulling back. Commodity related pairs are doing well. Pound yen and euro yen are also doing well. Right, stocks. Let me get my list of stocks. I've not checked stocks. Let's see how we're getting on QCOM. Looks as am I filled? Yeah, I am filled on this one. I am in this QCOM. Looking to see if the Nasdaq still looks as if it's got some mileage. I'm looking to see if this can break up. Not risking much capital. Looking to see if that can break. That's got a lot to do. Got to get above 80 pretty in the next day or two, otherwise this could just roll over on QCOM. I like FIV. I'm not in this, I'm watching this one. Actually, I don't actually looking that fresh. I'm not that keen on it now. It's a pretty scrappy chart. I'm gonna take that one off my list. I'll monitor it, but I'm not inclined to trade that one at the moment. DRIV, Digital River. Yeah, this is good. I bought a dip in this, so I got a good price on this one. If you just let's put a box on this. So we've been in this range for quite a while. To break out, I think that's okay. I think that stands a chance. I can start to get a stop to break even tomorrow if we close up here and then push up into 1590 plus. I've done well on stocks recently. VLO, multi others have done well. Let's look at the gold stocks. The gold stocks have already left the gates. That started moving up early June. I think that's pretty much the other. Anglo Gold. This one's not leaping up. It's still relatively high. I think that's worth a shot. I mean, it's a 5200 EMA cross down there. This one I'm just about above break even. I think this could play catch up. 22 is a potential move on that one. Okay, otherwise let's have a look. Let's have a look at the UK stuff. Standard Chartered, this is nice. Start getting another couple of good days under a belt, and this could get some momentum going. A lot of downward pressure. Yeah, nice run up. Big sell, pullback, sold, pullback, sold. Wiggling around, then breaks down. So it's got a lot to do. But moves off of low RSI have done okay on this. And the last time it moved off RSI was a move from 120 into the 135. You followed up this one in the past, Graham. What do you think of this one? So I'm going to be, obviously manage the trade. Let's just see if I can get going. HSBC, possible. Barclays with a possible hammer on decent support. You're in that from the low is good. Okay. The Barclays is on the edge of a possible recovery here. July last year, it did well. Struggling. Since that 333.40, the highs have been selling on Barclays. So it's got a lot to do. Okay, come back to that one. And what else have I got? Oh, I know. Come on, what have I done with it? Yeah, I'm actually in the eShore. Slightly underwater. Starbucks and okay. Obviously, that breaks 250. I'm in trouble. We'll just look at a couple here. Tate & Lyle trying to get going. Sage. Yeah, it's still looking low, isn't it? Still looking lower. And you were talking about 3. Yeah, that 370 support. Man group, not doing much. Look at a couple of oil stocks. This is Valero. Got a nice run in Valero. Looking at Targa. Targa's nasty. I'm just going to stay out of this for now. But some of the oil stocks have done incredibly well. Not caught enough of these oil moves. So Murphy. The PTEM was a slow grind, but some of them are just absolutely gone bonkers. Cog. Right, let's look at. So you're interested in Joe. What's JO? Let's put Starbucks on that. What's JO, Graham? Oh, I see. Okay, coffee. Oh, coffee. Yeah, I mentioned coffee over the weekend. Yeah, okay. Starbucks. Are you long Starbucks? You've been in this for a while, or no? Okay. There's a gap play. Come and close the gap, and that could get interesting. It's been a great trending stock last year. You think of shorting it, right? Okay. I'm nervous about shorting a stock that's trended that well. I mean, certainly on a trade like that, where you've got a gap. Let's look at a past example. It's a very gappy stock, isn't it? Let's look at this gap up here. The gap's up, nips above it, nips below it, doesn't close the gap, that even gaps back up again, nips above the gap, nips above the bracket, then drops. That's a tough stock. So I'd want to just see how it behaves around that gap. You're looking at Chevron. Why were you? Oh, you're looking at Chevron for a short as well, aren't you? It's very, very extended for sure, and showing signs of faltering. I mean, a reversal bar is a reversal bar. If it's going to close like that, if I was going to short it, I would try and get a short into 133, try and get short higher up, and then put my stop above 370. I can see why you're interested in the short. You know, what goes up tends to come down. Yeah. What other stocks have I got? Let's look at the drillers. Diamond Offshore and Parker Drilling. Then we'll finish up. I will keep a close eye on this one. We are quite relatively high at the moment, and a nice burst up. If we get a deeper retrace to 67, that might want to get back up to 830. Whereas Diamond Offshore had a hammer on the 11th and is closing up okay. You can play with options, okay. Just have a look at a rig. Yeah, we're too late on some of these oil stops. That falls back to 44.25. I think that's a good trade. Okay, look at a few more bellwethers and then we'll leave it. Here is Bank of America. Looking good, looking okay. That could we close up here in an hour and a half, hour and 20. That's a nice close. Dry ships, Goldmans. A lot of talk about Goldmans. Not a very attractive play. I suspect that's IG that's messed that up. A lot of resistance up there. Baidu. Baidu was nice a couple of weeks back. That's hitting resistance now. Okay, let's leave it there. Unless you've got anything else to look at. Excuse me, I would leave it there. Let's just check where we are on the daily scene. Dow inching up a little bit. Ooh, got a reversal bar on that resistance up there. That could get interesting. Oil is not great at the moment. Pretty weak move into the close. And we need a good move into the next couple of hours to hold that up. Gold was good. There's a dip lunchtime today in gold. That was nice. If we see get any more retests of that area down there tomorrow, it could be okay. Shuffling sideways a lot after that big move. Okay, let's leave it there, guys. Unless you've got anything else you want me to look at or you're looking at. Okay. I will see you in the room at 8 tomorrow, Mike, if you're around, or 8:30 whenever you're back, and the others, and see you then. Okay, cheers.